How is Cruella?
Dude,
Oh,
like, surprisingly, really good. Like, I would go
Really?
see it again.
really?
Like, yeah.
Wow.
Like, gladly go see it again.
Wow. That's high praise.
Yeah. No, it was... Because I was very curious how you're going to take a villain who skins dogs and make her into anything more than just a terrible, terrible person. But I like this.
I feel
This is really good.
I feel like a lot of, okay, maybe not a lot, but I feel like one of the current tropes or one of the current trends to do is to reevaluate why is the villain a villain, right? Because we have Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's movie, and we see it from his point of view, and we see that his character, a lot of mental issues. He's still a bad person, but he's dealing with a lot of not mental issues, but a lot of mental health issues, right? And so some people can connect with that. Unfortunately, he goes off on a rampage and kills a bunch of people, or and stuff. But to take it from Cruella's point of view and to see like where she came from and where she's going, and possibly how she might be able to redeem herself, I think the idea could be very interesting. But I didn't think that they would be able to pull it off. You, however, are saying pulled off.
I don't want to go into too many details because obviously if you're going to go see the movie, which you should, I don't want to spoil the movie for you. Just know that it's good. It is a good movie. It is a refreshing take, but it doesn't like negate things.
Now, my question to you is: you saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
If you remember my conversation with you going to go see a movie in theaters, how they were trying to implement social distancing rules and stuff of that nature, is it the same over there, or do they? Is it any different than how it was for me?
For me, we had the I don't know what you want to call them, luxury loungers, where the seats are really big and plushy and
sure.
That kind of thing. It was full capacity. It was business as usual.
Okay.
The rule in Utah right now is following, like, if you are vaccinated, you do not need to wear any sort of mask or anything. If you aren't, we ask that you wear it up until you get into the movie and stuff and start watching the movie.
Okay.
Because you're about 6-ish feet from your neighbor.
Sure.
Which I'm like, oh well, that's fine.
I forgot to ask you, did you get the vaccination?
I have not yet.
Okay.
I do 100% plan on it, but I have not just yet because I am a lazy person.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Question for you. This movie was available through Disney Plus as well. So why movie and not just do a movie night with friends in the privacy of your own home, where you could have cats running all over you and enjoy it that way?
If I'm going to pay movie theater prices, I'm going to see it in a theater.
Did you buy anything extra, like food?
Just a small popcorn.
Okay, so you would have paid less in movie ticket prices if you just got it at home then.
Wasn't the movie through Disney Plus about $20-$30?
It was $30.
Yeah, I paid less than that.
How much were your tickets?
10? Maybe 12?
Yeah, but
how much are your tickets?
There were how many of you?
2?
Okay, so only you and your wife went, not the whole group?
Correct.
Oh, okay. And so you only bought a small popcorn between the two of you?
Correct. Well, we also went to the gas station and bought a couple other things, but we would have done that either way. So
okay, you would have done that either way. All right. All right.
Yeah, no, it was really good though. Like, yeah, I enjoyed going to the theater. I've missed a small amount of the theater. I don't go there often, obviously, for numerous reasons. Mainly just I'm not a huge movie person, but it was really fun to go back and like see a movie and not feel like bad, I guess.
What do you mean bad?
Well, like, like okay, like if I had gone to the movie theater in the heat of the pandemic, I'd have felt bad by being like, I'm needlessly watching a movie and making all of these employees be at work when we're like at the height of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems very like
Selfish?
This isn't necessary. Yeah, this is not necessary. They like go home. Please go home and relax. Like,
no, yeah. I think if you had told me during the height of the pandemic, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go watch such and such a film, like Mulan or something like that. I'm like, could you not? Like why are you guys going out? Like, oh, it's our date night. Like, okay, figure out a different date night then. Like, this is
it's not hard. Well, we have traditions and stuff. Yeah, well, it's also not traditional to have. Yeah.
Traditionally, my people were owned by other people. So could you not like change your tradition? It's fine.
Yeah, deal with it. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have any guilt. Like that was the great thing, is like going there and just enjoying the movie for what it was. One thing I've realized is I still have an issue of figuring out the exact amount of popcorn which is perfect for me. I either get way too much or way too little, and I have yet to figure out the exact amount to get to where I don't have like a bucket of popcorn left over where I'm like, well, I feel wasteful, but also I shouldn't eat all this. Mm-hmm. Or I get this small thing of popcorn and I eat through it and I'm like,
I'm done.
Well, crap. Yeah. Like, I'm done.
I'm done. It's like, it's not even past the second act here and I'm already finished with the popcorn.
Exactly what happened. Yeah. I was like, I want crap.
And the other problem, Quinnton, is that if you were to say, okay, you know what? When I'm done, when I'm like at the halfway mark of this popcorn, I am going to be very vigilant. No, I'm going to be very careful and have so much self-control. I'm going to put this over here, onto the table, because the seats that we have, there's a table.
Yeah, that's what we had too.
Yeah, so we're
little rotating guy.
Yep, I'm going to put this onto the rotating table, and I'm not going to touch it. And I'm going to be very, very good about it. And I am. The problem is, if I wait that 30, 45-minute mark to go and say, okay, this is my second helping, the popcorn's stale already. Like, it's not good anymore. It's like, I needed to just eat this right when it came out of the popper. Like, it's not. So, but if you just got like a giant, like large or the bigger ones, and you just kind of kept on eating, yes, I think you would be able to keep it throughout the whole thing, especially if you're sharing, but it's just unhealthy. That's the other thing too. Like, I don't know if you care about that at all, or if you're more caring.
100%.
Okay, so if we're concerned about health, we're concerned about, the amount, and then we also have another person to share it with. It's all these kind of, I don't know what the answer is. And of course, like, your answer is going to be different from mine. I know for me, a medium is fine. A medium is like almost perfect. But I had watched some mathematician who talks about how businesses screw you over with like selling you, a large, quote unquote, large popcorn, and how they really should be giving you a large popcorn. Because when they scoop the popcorn into that little bucket or whatever, there's so much pockets of air that the popcorn kernels are not getting into, that you effectively are missing out on half of the capacity of that bucket. But you don't ask them to fix it. You just want to get your popcorn and get on with your life. But you are missing out on a lot. So
I have a question on that. Is it like they could shake it and it would settle and make a lot more room, or is it like we're talking about like the intrinsic of that size of bucket and like how popcorn works?
Sure, I don't know, because the way that he was describing it, he was using the bar as an example. He said at a bar, if you try and you ask for a drink, the amount that they fill up your drink, like especially if it's wine in a wine glass, the amount that they fill up the wine glass should equate to another drink, but they only give you essentially like maybe 1/3 of what that drink is. And that's when he said that's what a lot of like movie theaters will do. They will only give you what would equate to 1/3 of the bucket, but they could fill it up more, and it would not overflow. Oh, okay. So
I'm trying to follow that, because I like usually when I go to a theater and they fill my bucket of popcorn, it's like to the brim.
Right.
Like, I don't know how they would take another scoop and go, yes, I can fit another scoop of popcorn. This will be fine.
Well, it might be to the brim unshaken, but if there's a way to, shake it, for lack of a better term.
Give it a quick tossle and it'll settle quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like significant. I'd love to see this.
No, I agree. I mean, considering the food and everything else is generally how these businesses make their money. I mean, I get it, but it's just frustrating.
Yeah. I want to imagine like there are some people I've seen that like when they're doing the popcorn, they're filling it up and then they kind of give it a very, very quick tossle and then they fill it up again. Like this doesn't seem super foreign to me. This upon like looking into my own memory, like I can think of people doing that. I can think of people giving little shakes and stuff.
Yeah, I know at my theater that I go to, they give a little bit of a shake, but it's possible that the shake is more superficial than anything else.
It's not as effective and stuff as it could be.
Right, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes me think.
A shake technique that they should be using that will be more effective.
Yeah, it's you have to sing like the shake, 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 that kind of thing. You have to sing it or it doesn't work. That's what it is.
But how does the song go? I keep forgetting.
I'm good. I'm pretty sure you do know.
This is that time of year where all the
it's the tech and gaming time.
It's the tech and gaming time of the year, and I know we don't generally talk too much about that here on this podcast because we like to keep it casual. But
might as well hit on it for just a minute or two,
just for a second. Not to make it like 100% Xbox focus, because I'm sure there's other non Xbox listeners. Was there anything out of this weekend's E3 announcements that really struck a chord with you? You're like, ooh,
honestly, wait. I haven't really watched much other than the Xbox stuff. I didn't really watch stuff from Ubisoft or anything like that. Like, I haven't heard anything about things that I've been looking for. Like, I was waiting to see if Ubisoft would announce a new Ghost Recon or something. Obviously they didn't. So it didn't really come up. Like, it didn't do anything for me. It didn't change anything. But yeah, I haven't really been watching, honestly, other than the Xbox thing, which had some fantastic announcements. Fantastic, but it's like the only thing I paid attention to.
Okay.
What about you? Other than Xbox, like, have you seen anything that you've been?
No.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back on that. Mine wasn't E3.
Huh?
Well, Battlefield's just cheating. Like, Battlefield was just amazing.
Although it didn't have a campaign, and I've always enjoyed the Battlefield campaigns.
Yeah, but they're widely known as just mainly tech demos. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
They for the most part, their story, like, they're known for being a fairly short and, to be honest, like, weaker storyline. They're not exactly like, whoa, this story is incredible. Like, holy moly, I will tell my grandkids about this storyline.
Okay, I got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just not something people, like, write home about. Whereas the storyline for, like, stuff like Titanfall and some of the, like, Black Ops games are, whoa, this is super good. And yeah, so they're mainly like, hey, this is how to play the game, this is how to shoot the gun, that kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, I like them too. Like, I like them more than just the tech demos that they are. I thoroughly enjoy them. You're not alone in that.
Well, it's not really a tech demo. You're talking about a tutorial. Like, a tech demo would be talking about how they used Unity or
yeah, they
Unreal
also do
Engine.
that of, like, showing off like the things that the new engine can do, right? If, like, they're showing off, oh, look, now we have destructible buildings. Look at them fall to the earth. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
they do also do that.
So they don't phrase it as a tech demo. They frame it. They don't frame it as a tech demo. They frame it as, this is how we've made improvements to the game compared to the last Battlefield that we've done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a fun one though. Like, I'm excited for it. But my thing that I was super excited for is honestly it's the iOS 15 announcements.
Fair.
I'm super excited to see that, like, you'll be able to do FaceTime with non-iOS users.
So I need clarification with this. I know you can do the new iOS 15 will allow you to share a link to non-iOS users, but can they join in with their own webcam, or they're just watching everybody
I'd
else?
assume, like, that seems stupid. No, there's no way. The backlash would be insane. Hey, you can join this FaceTime call, but you only get to watch. Like, what? Honestly, my curiosity comes from, like, I don't know. Years ago, I wouldn't put it past Apple. Nowadays, like, with the competition that they have and stuff in terms of, like, video chat, I don't see that happening. Just think, in all of these other things, it doesn't matter what platform you on, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you can use our service seamlessly and regardless of where you're at.
Sounds like
but
another
FaceTime?
company's point of view. Thank you, Apple, for finally jumping on the boat that I've been trying to get them to jump on for so many years.
Yeah, no, I think that it would be just shooting themselves in the foot to be like, oh, yes, you can join the call. You just can't do anything or participate. What? I'm sorry?
I kind of get it, though. It's like, hey, you can join the call, but, sucks to suck. You can't do anything. But you can join in, at least, like, listen in. Like, it's like a podcast for you. You can watch and listen and maybe send them a message. But you can't do anything to really improve the benefit of the actual substance of what everybody's talking about, because you're not on iOS.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Now, do you think that this means that they're going to be bringing iMessage to?
I pray. I pray that they do one day. Man, I want that so bad.
That's all I'm missing right now, dude.
Yeah, give me iMessage on all my platforms, and I will make that my mainstay chat system. iOS on everything? Are you kidding me? I will use that on every device I have. I love iMessage. Why don't you bring it to other platforms? It's not hard. Maybe it is hard. I don't think it is. You're a $1 trillion company. You can figure it out. You've got the money. Oh, we need more developers. Cool. Hire 80 more.
No, I talked to a friend who worked at Apple under contract for a little bit, and I had mentioned to him, because he and I were like avid Windows Phone users, and
cool.
He actually broke off to iOS for some reasons that were very valid, including like the apps that he needs for work are not on Windows Phone. I was like, okay, so that makes sense. But when I asked them, like, do you think that your company would ever bring iMessage, or do they have the ability to? I said, yeah, it has nothing to do with the ability. All it comes down to is the security. And if we can't control the security of the platform, then we don't want it. And so bringing iMessage or bringing FaceTime to the browser, is that saying that they want you to use a specific browser, or?
I think it's just browser security, and HTTP and S and stuff is just improved to a point where Apple is happy about it. And also, like, well, it's a combination of two things, right? It's improved to where Apple's happy about it, and then also they know they're losing ground because everybody's not using their service because there's other services that work everywhere, and they're I think the only service that doesn't work everywhere. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, aren't they the only service that doesn't have multi-platform support?
Yeah. They're pretty much right there.
Yeah, they are the only service that doesn't do that. So they're trying to make up ground. They're trying to catch up. I mean, you're the only service that doesn't play ball. I'm sorry, but you lose on this one. In fact, you know what? I'm not sorry. You need to wake up and fix that stuff, because that's just dumb.
No, I agree. Like I said, I've been clamoring for something like this for a very long time.
Yeah, no, I think that above all that's one of the biggest things I'm excited for. I'm excited for the screen sharing, because I often get on I talked about it in the podcast a couple months ago. We were talking about how I was on the ski lift, and I had to do tech support for my grandmother on the ski lift because her iPad wasn't working.
Right.
Now, mind you, this wouldn't fix that, but the fact that she'll be able to FaceTime me and then share her screen, and I can be like, cool, tap this, tap that, tap the other. Oh, look, now it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I am so ready for that.
Well,
but otherwise, yeah, it's been not a lackluster E3 just because I haven't been paying attention, and it's still going. We still have, I think, tomorrow is the last day. So exciting stuff there. Gonna see if anything else is gonna get announced or anything. But yeah, in terms of like the Xbox showcase, there was a lot of good stuff there. There was a lot of stuff I got excited for. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, if we're bringing it back to the thing that we actually did pay attention to, holy damn. Oh my God. First off, Microsoft pulling another Keanu Reeves moment when Johnny Depp embodied Captain Jack Sparrow for Sea of Thieves. That was a very nice surprise. I don't know if that will bring people back to the game all that much, but I think it's really cool to have.
Oh yeah. No, it's exciting. I'm happy. I'm happy Sea of Thieves is still getting attention and still being worked on, and because that game always deserved it from the day it came out. As people were like, "Oh, it doesn't have a campaign. It doesn't do all this." I'm like, just go enjoy it for what it is. Just go, like, set sail and chill.
Right.
You know? It's not hard.
So there was that. There was that other. Okay, so we talked about privately. We had talked about Riders Republic, which is like Steep on crack. That game looks like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, now there's shredders.
Now there's shredders. And I was like, oh no, now we're gonna have. I mean, but shredders is primarily a snowboard game, whereas Riders Republic is like an everything game. It's even more that
It's
what
summer
Steep
and
was.
winter.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
it's more than
sports
what
for
Steep
summer
was.
and winter.
So extreme
Yeah.
sports to the extreme, minus rollerblades and skateboards. But it's more the outdoorsy stuff.
Yeah.
The one piece.
I mean, my two. Go ahead.
Aside from that, there was one piece of hardware that came out of Xbox that I thought was cool, but not groundbreaking. And
It's not groundbreaking by any means,
this
but
was the Xbox Series X mini fridge.
oh my gosh, dude. I'm so excited. They haven't announced the price yet, but if that mini fridge is an appropriate price,
Okay.
I'm totally getting one.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, what's an appropriate price for you?
I don't know. I don't even have a frame of reference as to how much a mini fridge normally costs, which I guess is something I need to have in my brain of like, oh, a mini fridge normally costs $250. It's like, okay, well, it's going to be an exclusive one, so it's probably going to be $3, right? I need to have that frame of reference.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I have that in my head of like, where is a normal just Frigidaire mini fridge? Like, how much is just a regular one? Because it's going to be a little bit more than that. Once I have that, as long as it's not terribly more, I'm down. But if we're talking, $100, $150 over regular price, I'm sorry, but it's very cool, and I'll look forward to a giveaway of one, and hopefully I can snag one that way. But I am not paying for one.
Okay. Well, Frigidaire has many different shapes and sizes. So Frigidaire's retro 10-liter mini fridge that can fit 15 cans of whatever is $80.
Okay. So we're talking maybe like 150 or something. I would guess we're around the 150 mark.
And then we have the Frigidaire. I don't know why this one's so much more expensive, but there's this other Frigidaire mini fridge. Oh, because it's steel? Is that why it's more expensive? 3.3 cubic feet. This one's 185.
Whew.
So that's your like, what's it called? Your range. That's your range there.
Well, you know what you can do? You know what you could do is you look up what was the game? I think it was Call of Duty that did, or was it Fallout? One of the two did a mini fridge with their game release. It only held like 2 cans. Like, it was tiny, but it did hold, it was a fridge, right? So how much was that special edition is the question.
Right.
Yeah, because I think that would give us a frame of reference for that.
Let me see. You said Call of Duty mini fridge?
Yeah, it was either it was a Call of Duty or it was I honestly am not sure.
Let's take a look. Call of Duty mini fridge. Was it the Juggernog mini fridge?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
It is $200.
That's it?
That's it. And that came with a game.
Yeah.
Mind you, that came with like the game and like I'm
game.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like the season pass and stuff. So maybe like $80 worth of games. So yeah, if we're hitting the $200 mark with that fridge, we are absolutely pushing the outer limits of pricing, which I would really hope they would not do. Well, I think there is a possibility of a pre-order for a fridge in our future, which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
These are weird. These are weird years. Okay, they're like we're pre-ordering fridges. We're like it. I don't know. I could go on. I'm not going to because I can't think right now.
Talking about pre-order, we finished VOG, and I was able to acquire the print for finishing VOG here on Destiny. And you had mentioned to me that I should go ahead and just get the jacket and see if anybody has the code that they're not going to use to get the jacket. And I told you I didn't feel right because that code was really only for people who could finish it within the first week. And something that you said kind of resonated with me, where I thought, you know what, you're right. And what you said was, and you said this before, so I guess you had to say it twice for it to really sink in for me. But what you said was you were able to grind out and level up basically almost a month's worth to even be raid ready. And you did it within a week. And then it took you a week to finish VOG only because of scheduling and all this other stuff. But if you had been raid ready from the get-go because you were, arguably already playing the game, you would have been able to acquire the jacket on your own. So you gave me a pass to get the jacket. And upon thinking that and wondering that, I agreed with you. So I went ahead and got the jacket. Thanks to a friend of ours who got a code, who wasn't going to use it. But I will definitely use the jacket. So again, to our friend who had the code, thank you. You know who you are. To Quinnton, who felt that it was worthwhile for me to be able to get the jacket. I appreciate your, what's the word?
Push?
Your push, but also your you're not one of those people that were purists. Well, no, you didn't. You did it, yeah, and you did a lot of work, yeah, but you didn't do it within the first week. And if you were, see, what was in my head was, if you were into the game all this time, this would not be an issue. But you weren't. You tagged along at the last minute, and we got you to the level you needed to be, and you missed out on it. Sucks to suck, but there's always next year. And that's basically what I settled with. But the thing that you had said was, yeah, that's true. If you had been playing with us for the past year, that would not have been an issue. But the fact that you took the time to actually grind out, to actually level up, to actually do all these things and really dedicate yourself to do it, and you did it, I think you're worthy of getting the jacket because you did finish the vault with us. Like, all right, cool. That's all that I needed to hear.
Yeah, I feel like in past years, maybe I would have been a little bit more like, no, you don't need it. You shouldn't get it, that kind of thing. But I don't know. Maybe I've become a softie or something. But I feel like you put in so much effort, and to see no fruits of your labor is just kind of like, oh. Okay, well,
no,
I
got fruits. I got the banner.
Oh, wow. The banner that always drops for anyone who completes it.
Yay.
Yeah, no, I feel like you put in a ton of effort, more than pretty much anyone else, because everyone got leveled and stuff, but like, I don't know, we already had, because one could say like, oh, we had a harder time leveling because as you get higher level, it becomes harder to get to the next level.
Right.
But we had all the gear to do it. Like if anything asked for anything, we had it. Oh, you need to have this certain weapon and this certain thing. Cool. I've got 6 different variations of it. I can easily cobble something together to where not only is it what the game needs, but it's something I want.
Sure.
Whereas you're working with almost nothing. So yeah, proud of you. Happy you're getting the jacket.
It'll probably arrive.
Be getting mine. Now tell me, I need to know.
It's being sent to you.
Okay, I need to know though.
What?
Did you measure yourself?
No. I just got.
Okay.
I got a large.
Okay. You should measure yourself and just double check, make sure everything's going to be good. They are appropriately sized. They're not like, oh, it's a size down. Oh, it's a size up or something like that.
Okay.
They are appropriately sized.
Okay. Well, I'm a large then.
But the reason I tell everyone that is ordering it is you have to wait usually 6 to 9 months before you get it, and there are no returns.
Right.
So make sure it's right. Like that is honestly what it comes down to. Make sure like you are investing time, money, effort into this. Do the last 5 yards, as it were, and make sure that you're getting the absolute right size.
Well, I've already ordered it, so measuring up right now, I'm finding out right now that, oh crap, that's not. I'm actually not a large. Is only going to make me more depressed. So I'd rather be ignorant to knowing if it's going to fit me or not, than knowing and just being sad that I spent $150 on something that's not going to fit me. I'm okay with the ignorance. Well, ignorance is bliss in this moment.
If this helps any, normally I can do either a large or an extra large, depending. Sometimes a preference towards large just because of a nicer, snugger fit.
Nicer fit, yeah, right.
Usually with their jackets, I can't do that because of my broad shoulders.
Okay.
That is the information I will give to you. If that if that tells you anything or sets off red alarm bells,
not really.
Maybe it's worth like hitting up support. If it doesn't, then cool, move on.
I think I'm good.
No, my favorite part of the whole jacket experience with Destiny and everything is a friend of ours. She ordered a jacket for the last raid. And I was like, okay, did you measure yourself? Asked her the same thing. And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, you really should have. Telling her the same spiel. And she's like, I don't need to. And I'm like, I don't want to start an argument or something. But I kind of was like, you do, but I'm not going to say anything. She's like, I'm a girl. I know my measurements. And I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
That's fair. That's definitely
I'm like,
fair.
all right, I concede. You win.
Yeah, right. My fiance's made clothes for herself. She knows her measurements.
Yeah, no, she's like, I know my measurements. Yeah. I'm like, oh.
No, when because I subscribe to something called Stately, the Stately Man, and it's a monthly subscription where they send you and you pay $100, but they send you $250, quote unquote, worth of clothes.
Okay.
They leave the price tags on there to show you, hey, this is how much this cost MSRP. Like, oh, okay, so cool. But when you sign up with them, you obviously have to let them know what your measurements are. And the problem is, it's not coming from one clothing manufacturer. These clothes are from different clothing manufacturers. So a large in one company would actually be a medium because of the way that it's cut. Because
do they take that into account?
They tell you in like a fine print kind of thing, like, hey, just so you know. So they do give you the opportunity to measure yourself, but it's still a generic measurement. It's like if you're between this and between that, you probably want to go for a large. If you are, and because you can choose what kind of box is coming to you, casual, formal, outdoorsy kind of stuff. So you can choose, which is really nice. I should change my box to outdoorsy actually. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, right. So I actually got this shirt that when I put my shoulders back, the buttons start doing the thing where they're stressing. It's like, oh no, please don't stress. This is embarrassing. So I contacted the company and said, hey, look, I love this shirt. I love the material and I look great in it, except it's a large, but the large is kind of small. They luckily were willing to exchange it out for me, but it was kind of like a, you need to, you as the customer, you as the consumer, yes, you're paying us money, but you need to take the responsibility. And I think that goes,
interesting.
I think that goes to your point. Like, yes, you earn the jacket, but you need to take the responsibility. And so if we say measure yourself, measure yourself.
See, if they're sending you a box though, and they're sourcing everything, they should take that into account of like, hey, we're gonna be sending stuff from thorium threads this week, and so we know that their sizes run small, so we're gonna size up everyone.
Well, again, it's not the same box to everybody, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Of everyone who's getting that shirt is going to be sized up or sized down or something like that. Like they don't. I don't know. I feel like that should be slightly on them, and maybe even, like, it could be even just a checkbox of like, hey, if you feel like this brand runs large or small, feel free to swap me out with a different size. I like, that's fine by me. Like, that seems like a very straightforward thing to check, and that just seems like something that would come through on the person who is packing everything. Like, as they're going through, it just will be like, right, Tony gets a large on this one. Okay, cool. That's fine. Cool. I'll put the large in the box.
I think what it came down to really was because I was asking for this exchange after the return policy. Their return exchange policy is amazing. The return exchange policy is phenomenal. I had gotten some other things that were a little bit too small. And within a day, I'm like, hey, I can't wear this, but I like it. Send me the better size. And it took about 2.5 weeks for the exchange to be like done in full, but it didn't cost me a dime. Like, you know, when you exchange something on Amazon, they're like, fine, we'll pay for shipping, but we're not gonna refund you the full amount that you purchased it for. This company pays for everything. I mean, you have to provide your own box, but luckily I have enough boxes here. So, no, I've been very, very happy with them. And, but I bring it up also because it reminds me of Indochino, which is that suit making company. And I had Aurelia measure me for the suit that they tailored for me. And it's every single nitty gritty measurement that, you know, when you go into a regular store, you don't think about. But, man, I got to tell you, if you've never had a tailored suit, if you can afford it, go get one. It is really, really nice to have one exactly form fitted to you. The problem is, granted, if you change because food tastes good, or just lifestyle changes, whether, you know, you get thinner or the opposite
food
way.
Tastes good.
No, but the problem is if you do change, then yeah, you're not gonna fit into the tailored suit all that well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest here. Estrella's here, and she wants to say hello to everybody. Come on. Speak into the microphone.
Hello,
Estrella.
everybody.
She can't
Hello.
hear you.
Oh, to ask her if she wants a breakfast burrito.
Here, put that in your ear. Uncle
Can you hear
Quinnton
me?
has a question for you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you want a breakfast burrito?
I never had one.
You've never had one?
No.
Smack your dad right now. Smack him.
Ah! Abuse!
Good. You deserve it. No, you never had a breakfast burrito? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You've had a breakfast burrito, actually.
I did?
Yeah. When we went to...
Yeah, when she was like, what, 1, 2?
No. It was about 6 months ago. We went to Heritage House.
Was it a good breakfast burrito?
Oh my God, this place makes some great breakfast burritos. But the thing is, it had a bunch of stuff in the breakfast burrito, and there was like maybe one
like a
thing
loaded?
Yeah, because you don't like eggs, do you? No, she's not a fan of eggs. So
you don't like eggs? Get out of here. Get out of here. What are you doing? You don't like eggs. What's wrong with you? No reaction. Just kind of stares.
No. She said something just onto the mic. Go ahead, say it again.
I'm here because I want to play with Daddy.
You want to play with him? Well, maybe I'll let him go because I'm gonna go get chicken.
Ooh, kind.
It was a place called Raising Cane's, and apparently it's all that and a bag of chips or fries or chicken. Like the drive-through line is like 3 hours.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's
and
long.
so we're going to go there and we're going to park and we're going to go in and not wait 3 hours. But yeah, apparently it's pretty fancy. So we're going to go try it out.
Can you order ahead?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Yummy.
that's right. We're gonna do our call to actions, and then I'll come inside. Okay. Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
No, have her do the call of actions. Estrella, where can we find you at?
After today's experiment, I can tell you I'm never going to play a video game while trying to do the podcast. Like, I just could not focus. It was very difficult for me. But
I saw the moments.
If you enjoyed the podcast, nevertheless, we appreciate it. Make sure you give us a review on whatever platform that allows you to review. And also feedback. You can let us know feedback either on Instagram or Discord. But for our individual follows, Quinnton, where can people find you?
On Instagram and Xbox at Firewall.
Folks can find me those places under Lazy Tech Tony. Almost forgot my name. And like I said, we are on Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel. Go check that out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Later.
Bye, guys.
Heart.